Who here, out of everybody that we have, has ever heard the term big data before? All right, anybody, what does it mean? What do you think it means?
Is it large amount of unstructured data?
Right, very good. So, I know we're all on different social media sites. Facebook's a popular one, Twitter's another popular one. And Renren, I believe, is popular in China. So, you know, these sites, to me, they're just big data engines. Facebook has 3.2 billion likes every day. They have 125 billion friendships. And 300 million photos are uploaded every day. That's just a ton of data. And I know as a business professional, and a lot of companies agree, they want to be able to get some insights from this data. But how do they do it? It's really confusing, it's easy to get lost. It's really kind of all over the place, but big data is really the way, and analytics of it is really the way to get there. It's somewhere that there are a lot of job opportunities. According to McKinsey & Company Consulting, there will be a shortage of at least 140,000 people who can analyze this data. A shortage of 1.5 million people who actually understand the data and can do something with it. And that's by 2018. And so basically, having a basic understanding of what business analytics does and how to use it to your advantage is indispensable during your career. So it's good that we know what big data is, but how do we get there, and how do we use this data, and what are the tools that we can use to gain some insight? One of the most popular ones is Microsoft Excel. It's a spreadsheet program from Microsoft. It was designed as accounting software, so it doesn't really work too well for large amounts of data. So it's better for smaller sets and one-time calculations. The next step up from Microsoft Excel is Microsoft Access. It's a database solution from Microsoft. The interface can be clunky or slow. It's my own words. It's best for warehousing medium to large sets of data. Then there's also a program called Tableau. This is something that really is powerful, and it can use a lot of data. It has some interactive dashboards. It constantly updates itself, so it can connect to some live data. And their sales line is it turns spreadsheet data into self-service business intelligence, and that's really the truth. So what's an example of this big data? What does it look like? I grab the data set that I work with every day. The boxes over it are to protect the guilty. But what this is a list of the contracts that I use, that my group does every day, and going back to 2012. So we're trying to get some workforce analytics from here. So how do we analyze it? This is an example of a formula from Excel. It's a count if function. It really looks right here like it's really messy. But really, when you break it down piece by piece, it's easy. It says look in column W, look for the dates that are March 2015, and then look in column B, and tell me how many are in Titusville. And it returns whatever number it happens to be. And that helps management in my company figure out, okay, are there the right amount of people in Titusville doing the work that needs to be done? So we have a package of metrics that this data helps us get. And again, I blacked out the names of the people because there's one person who's really not doing a good job. I highlighted that one in yellow, where here the goal is for everybody to get 85% of their contracts out within 4 days or less. This associate's only doing it 38% of the time. So this is the kind of conversation, or this helps drive a conversation that a manager can have with an employee to try to find out what's going on. Not necessarily they're not doing their job, maybe there's a reason for it, maybe they're out sick or something, but it helps put some data in and drive that conversation. So I spoke to my boss, Bridget Rhodes. She's the director of contracting for my group for all of North America. And she said that the insights that it gained from this data set are critical to ensuring that we're working with and meeting the needs of our business partners, our vendors, in the most effective and timely way possible. So she went on to say that if we didn't have access to this data analysis, it's kind of like driving a car without a gas gauge. You might be okay for a while. Eventually, you're going to break down. You're not going to know when to get gas, and you might get gas too often. You're going to be checking all the time your work, but eventually you're going to break down. But really, without the data, helps you. There's no way to make an informed decision. And any questions? All right, thank you.